hold on. We got to stop for just a moment. Slow this baby down, because I got a story for you. Yeah, it's story time with E at CVS. Yeah, that's right here. Cypress View Studios, man. I got a story for you that you're going to like today. It's about a B-Bender. Now, if you watched the video a little bit earlier, a few weeks ago, I highlighted the B-Bender, and you know, that was a pretty good video, but I got a better one today. Got a little bit more playing, and I got a story for you. Picture it. New York City, February 2010. And the North American blizzard. I ain't talking about Dairy Queen here. I'm talking about Snow-a-Cane. That's what they called it. We went to New York City when we arrived just in time, a couple days before my birthday, to do a little celebrating. My first time to New York City, and man, we saw some sights there. But hey, the biggest thing is our plane touched down at JFK right before they shut everything down because of Snow-a-Cane. Snow-a-Cane was coming, man. That's what they called it. And even though there were a lot of people who were like, what in the world's a Snow-a-Cane? Well, it's kind of like a hurricane and a blizzard all combined into one. So, hey, our limo came and picked us up, took us to our hotel. And I got to tell you, man, the hotel there was sheltered by the skyscrapers around it. We were at ground zero, actually, is where our hotel was located. And the high-rises shielded us from it, and we slept through the night, had no idea. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not even sure I knew the severity of this storm. But I found out the next morning when we woke up, and we were one of just a few people in New York City. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people that ain't seen New York City like I've seen it. I've seen it vacated. Now, what that means is everyone who lived outside the city couldn't get in. Planes, trains, and automobiles shut down. Yeah, even John Candy and Steve Martin couldn't get in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what was running? The subway. The subway is down underground. And before we went to New York City, you know, we had planned this little trip to celebrate my birthday. Before we went, I said, hey, we're going to take the subway everywhere. We're not going to take a cab. We're not going to take a bus. We're not going to take anything else. We're going to take a subway everywhere we go. Boy, that was a great decision because that thing was still running down underground. And we walked down to the subway. There were snowdrifts everywhere. I'm going to tell you, people couldn't get in. They couldn't drive the streets because snow was high as a mule. That's right. And so we were like some of the few people there, like I said, but the subway was running. Went down there to the subway, got on it, rode down to Midtown Manhattan. That was our first stop. And I wanted to go to 48th Street. Now, some of you musicians out there probably know what 48th Street is. It's called Music Row. Man, legendary guitar shops are located on 48th Street, or used to be. Some might still be there, but Sam Ash had a ginormous store there, and there were a couple of other stores that are legendary, and I wanted to see it, man. I wanted to check it out. And I got to tell you, I had an itch. I was itching, man. I was itching for a new guitar. I didn't know what it was. I was thinking Telecaster in my head. Yeah, Tele. But I was like, you know, it's got to be something special for my birthday, and I'm just not going to buy just anything, you know. So I walked into Sam Ash, you know, looked around, and I spotted it sitting right there in Sam Ash. Yeah, a Fender B-Bender. Woo, man. I'm going to tell you something, man. I was excited because I love the color of it. I love the way it looked. I love the way it played, and it was super cool. I did not have a B-Bender, and it's something I had on my list of something I wanted. My wife was just sweet enough to buy that for me for my birthday. So I went into Sam Ash and had that thing picked up. What we found out as we were cruising around New York City is that the authorities were telling people, hey, stay out of Central Park. And, you know, we were doing all the touristy things, you know, the Empire State Building, and wanted to go to the Central Park and wanted to check out the museums that were down there. Well, we couldn't go into Central Park, and we didn't because somebody that morning had already been killed. They were sitting on a park bench and a tree limb fell down and killed them. Ice built up from that snowcane. Ice and snow built up on the tree limbs in Central Park, and a lot of the tree limbs had fallen or were falling. And this person, unfortunately, had passed away from a tree limb falling on them. And we stayed out. We're like, hey, you know, we like our lives. We're going to hang out here. Went and saw a great Broadway show, and I got another story for that another day, but that's okay. So, man, New York City, I loved it. And the biggest thing and the best thing about it was that I went home with a guitar. A B-Bender, a Fender B-Bender. Let me tell you a little bit about that guitar. This thing, Fender B-Bender, it's a good old-fashioned American-made beauty. You know what? I love the color of this thing, like I said. I love the way it looks. This is the way it came from the factory with that pearloid pick guard. I mean, it's looking good. But hey, you know, I did a little bit of talking about this thing last time in the video, but I wanted to show you a little more closely how the mechanics work on this thing. This guitar pulls a string right here. It's the B string that it pulls. That's why it's called a B-Bender. So this is a lever that just pulls that string tighter and then loosens it back up again to pitch. And it is operated right here by a lever. The lever is hooked to the strap pin. And so you wear this thing and pull down on the guitar to actuate the B string pull. And it gives you that cool sound, almost a pedal steel guitar sound, you know. And this mechanism is so big, it fits in the back of this guitar. This whole thing is routed out with this mechanism. And this guitar is, I would say, as heavy as a Les Paul. If any of y'all know what a Les Paul is, you know that's a heavy guitar. So that's what this thing feels like. It has a pitch adjustment right here that you can flat or sharpen the B note when it's pulled. So you can make sure that that B note is in tune when pulled. You can see right here, you know, where the string goes in. That's where you feed the string in when you change strings on this guitar. You put the B-Bender or the B string in there right there. So that's how that works. It does not go into the normal string ferrules back here, but the B string goes in there. The rest of the strings are fed through here, through the body into the guitar. B string, if you can see that, but it goes all the way down to that little puller. And this is a strap style, kind of a typical Nashville telly is what they call this type of a instrument. And so it has Stratocaster switching here, but Telecaster pickups, a Strat pickup in the middle, 2 Telecaster pickups, and they are twisted telly pickups, and they sound amazing. And I love this guitar, the way it sounds, the way it plays. You know, it breaks my back a little bit, but that's okay. I hooked up the strap so you can see what's going on here. And when I pull the strap down, it accentuates that B string. And that's what pulls that string. And it works like a champ. People, I'm going to tell you something. You better be ready. If you're going to get a B-Bender, you better be ready to work hard to learn how to play that thing. That baby kicks my butt every time I play it. I mean, I need to spend a bunch of time on it. But I'm going to tell you, it is pretty cool sounding. If you want to know who plays B-Benders, check out Brad Paisley. Check out the guy that plays the original B-Bender that was designed for that Fender guitar. It's a Parsons White B-Bender. Parsons is a guy that invented that thing in white. And Marty Stewart plays the original B-Bender guitar. He plays it every night. Man, that thing is like a, I don't know, 60s, 50s, 60s Fender Telecaster with a B-Bender in it. He plays that thing every night, trucks it all over the United States. And I tell you what, I love going and seeing Marty because he plays the mess out of that B-Bender. Some other B-Bender players are Cousin in Marty's band. He plays a B-Bender. And let's see, who else? Jimmy Olander with Diamond Rio. Jimmy, that dude is pretty special. He plays a guitar that's outfitted with a G and a B bender. So he has two benders on his Telecaster. The G bender is accentuated through his belt buckle. It's tied to his belt buckle, and he pulls out on the guitar in order to bend the G string, and then the B string is bent like this one here from the strap. And man, he uses them pretty effectively. I love to see that guy play as well. You might be sitting there saying, hey, who's this Parsons White you keep talking about? Well, Gene Parsons and Clarence White. They're both guitar players, and Clarence White is the guy who used the B-Bender. But those two guys invented this B-bending mechanism in order to give a pedal steel sound to a Telecaster, to a regular guitar. And both these guys played with the Byrds, and Clarence White was also a session musician that played with a who's who back in the 60s, 70s kind of era. And man, he just tore it up with his B-Bender. And original. I'll tell you what, these guys are cool, man, to have invented something like this. And we are enjoying it. Hey, check out this little bit of playing I'm going to do for you. I hope you enjoy it. Hey, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like and share, subscribe to my channel, or follow me on Facebook. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Peace.